G'day everyone. If you can read between the lines, I'm spored shitless. Today I've got my microscope set up because I want to show you what spores look like under the microscope. You may or may not have seen them, but more importantly, I want to show you why we don't water our containers too much, which is a problem that I ran into a lot when I was first starting out in this hobby. So I'll step away from the microphone and we'll put some spore on top and I'll show you what they look like. Now you can see how small they are, so I'll use a needle as a pointer just to show you in more detail. Yeah, they're very, very small. Now those big bits there are just broken bits of sporangia. They're of no consequence. I don't bother filtering my spores out at all, even the big bits of sporangia. You can put them on top. It really doesn't matter. Some people put their spore on top of a A4 sheet of paper, put it on an angle and bump it a couple of times to get the chaff out. I don't even bother. It makes no difference at all. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll move that sheet of paper out of the way and we'll put our container in view and I'll show you what the spore looks like falling into our container. So that's what the surface of our container looks like when we've squeezed all the water out. Now, from the outside, not under the microscope, that surface looks dry, but you can see there's quite a bit of water. What we'll do is we'll put our fertilizer on top and I'll show you what it looks like. That's exactly what you want it to do. When the water hits the top, you want it to drain down through the top, so it shows that your substrate is not saturated. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now we'll put some spore on top. Now I've deliberately used spore out of a different container that had plenty of sporangia in there. So those really big bits there and the furry bits, and that's the sporangia itself, which is the casing that holds the spore on the fertile frond. So sporangia, I think, holds up to 20 spore. It's got a series of cells around the outside called an annulus, and then when the sporangia gets ripe and ready to erupt, the lip cell breaks, the annulus fires out like a trebuchet and fires the spore off into the air. So that's all your big bits on top. You can't see the spore because they're too small. But what I'm going to do now is spray water on top, and I'll show you exactly why we don't do that. Right, now you can imagine those little spore. What's happened there is that water will have pulled those spore into those cracks and crevices. That means that those spore are sitting in water for too long. All you want those spore to do is imbibe, and then they dry out and then they germinate. By those spores sitting in water, you can bump your germination times from 2 to 3 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks, out to 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 months, even in the ideal conditions. So we don't spray on top. That's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, keep your eye out for other ones. I'll talk about light spectrums, temperature, humidity, and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm a complete weirdo, but hopefully it'll help you out. See ya.